What's up, guys? Operator Woodland Wolf here, and today we are doing a new episode series called Woodland Wolves Barely Surviving, or it's Wolves Barely Surviving, one of the two. You'll see on the title down here somewhere. You'll see what it actually is. But this is episode 1, and this is where I teach you survival tactics and tips. I am in no way, shape, or form a professional at this, so if you're looking for that, I might suggest you to go watch Survivor Man. He knows what he's doing. And also, without further ado, let me get into this. If you're new to this channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram if you already haven't. And thank you guys for all your support. And if you want a shout out, comment below if you want that. I will do it in my next video. Okay, so I will be teaching you guys today about an EDCK, which stands for Everyday Carry Kit. That'll be up here to my right or left, or down below somewhere. But don't mind the noises of trains, dogs, or airplanes. Don't worry about that. So let's get right into it. So I have an everyday carry kit. You take it camping, hiking, or in your car, one of the two, or three. Depends on whichever one you're using. So with that, I'm going to show you guys what I have in mind. So first, you want a really good backpack. I have an outdoors backpack. It's a Molly backpack. It has Molly all over it for canteens like this and other stuff. But yeah, I got this one at Walmart. You could also get it on Walmart or Amazon. So that might be a good thing for you to invest some money in. Or you can find a hiking backpack or whatever. Alrighty, so we're going to start from front to back and from top to bottom. The top has the most essential stuff right now. The bottom, not so much essential as to what you're going to need immediately and that you're ready. So let's get started. Alrighty, some of the stuff is from a couple things. These are the last two things I will show you. We'll sit down off to our right. So first thing I've got, it's all mixed up because I didn't exactly pack this very well. So we're going to start with the ropes. So I have paracord right here. You're always going to want paracord. This is very essential because you can tie something to your backpack, or you can tie something onto you, or you can use it in an emergency situation to get yourself out of somewhere. And I also have regular rope for that. So then I have zip ties. These are used for tying things to your backpack or to yourself. I have 3 regular zip ties, and this black one here is a reusable zip tie. It's really neat. So what you do is that you put it together. I will show you guys that really quickly. So you take the zip tie, stick it normally, but as you can see, it won't let go. But then you press this little button right here, and it releases. So you can reuse it again. Those are really neat. Then I have my multi-tool. It has knives, such as... that one won't come out. Okay. Knives, scissors, screwdrivers, like a Phillips and a flathead. That's all that you have. And then you have some scissors, and then a can opener / file, and then your pliers. So we'll set everything off to the left. Then I have a little lantern. It comes really in handy at night when you're trying to walk or something like that. You can mark a path or something like that. I don't know. Then my compass. I never go camping or hiking without my compass in case I get lost or somebody else does. And I can use that to find my way back. So as long as you have a map or you know where you've been. Then I have a glow stick also to mark things. Like I could easily attach it to a tree like this one and mark that I've been here and point it in the right direction if I really have to, if somebody's looking for me, if I get lost. Then I have pencil, Sharpie, and then a pen. The pen's stuck in there, so I'm not going to get that right now. But I'll tell you guys later what that's actually used for, so we're going to keep that off to our right as well. Then we have a Emberlit stove. This is supposed to be in the back, but I have it here, so I might as well show you guys. So my Emberlit stove, it is a pocket stove that you can use for camping. So this stove comes in 7 pieces, 2 for the top, which holds the pot or pan or whatever you're using, and then a bottom piece, and then 4 sides. So that's all I've got, and links to that in the description below because it's a really nice handy stove. I've had it for 5 years now, and it's not broken at all, and I use it a lot. It's very reliable. Then I have a Ranger band. In a future video, I will show you how to use this and how to put that emberless stove together. So this Ranger band is just an old piece of tire. It's just a rubber off a tire. So that's literally all we do, is you just take an old tire like a tractor tire, car tire, or trailer tire, or bike tire, and you just cut it. And you can attach your stuff like a canteen. If you have two canteens, you can tie them together. Or if you have something else, you can tie them together. They're really handy. Okay, then we have toilet paper or napkins, one of the two. You can use it however. And also you can light on fire if needs be. Then I have matches. These are storm-proof matches, along with, I don't even know what it's called. Fire cubes is what I call them. They're really handy when you need them. And let me make sure I got nothing else. Nope. So there's nothing else in the front. So those are all the things for the front of my backpack. And then the back is more organized. So I have my first aid kit. Let me show you guys what's in there real quick. So I have a lifeline first aid kit. Some of the stuff I also put in there myself. So we'll start from my right to my left. Your guys' left to your right. So we have antiseptic towels, band-aids, gauze pads, stuff like that. I've actually used this thing before in a bike accident. So it's really handy when you have all this stuff. And then we have some gauze tape, some first aid scissors, this notepad. That's why I left out these pens and pencils and stuff like that, because you can write down if somebody is sick or something like that, and they could have something more than just a common cold or fever or something like that. You write down the symptoms and stuff like that in this notebook, and it might be able to help the doctors or paramedics or whoever's there. Then you have gloves, tape, and antibiotic ointment. And that's about all I've got. What's up, buddy? Oh! Okay. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Okay. Thanks. You can leave now. But also, you can use this for a tourniquet, like this notepad. If you apply a tourniquet to somebody, you leave this notebook with them, so that if somebody comes back and finds this person, they see, and it's been 15 minutes, they take off the tourniquet, let it bleed for a little bit, not for a couple minutes, but just for enough to let the blood flow through the limb, and then write their time and name in there, and then go about to go get help, or if they stay there. Okay, we're gonna set that over here. Move on, buddy. Buddy, move. Okay, buddy, move. You can move that. Good boy. Alrighty, then we have food, which is, this is an MRE. It'll be somewhere up here saying what it is. It's a meal ready to eat. So it's just freeze-dried food. And there's like crackers, the main meal, side dish, some other stuff, along with Tabasco sauce, sugar, gum, and salt, pepper, and other things like that, because I always keep the salt and the sugar, salt for other things, and then sugars, because if I'm hiking, I get a low blood sugar, and I don't have much food left. I will just pop that open, I'll put eat the sugar, and it'll keep me going just for a little bit longer, so I can get a rest or something like that. But the military uses this, so that's why I kind of use it, because I like a lot of stuff that the military uses as well. If you can't already tell by my channel and stuff like that. Alrighty, then we have, this also goes with the Emberlit. It's a camping stove. So this is a camping stove right here from Pathfinder. Then we have a camping cup from Pathfinder. Then we have a Stanley camping cup kit, which this is actually really good to use. I have burnt this thing before, so that's why it's kind of a little bit weird. But it's been doing really good for me, so I'm going to continue using it. Then we have a sewing kit. This sewing kit we use, it has my bug net in there, like my face one. Then we have regular bug net right here. And then like buckles, zip ties, tape, sewing needles, sewing thread, and safety pins in there. All that you can use to fix either your tent, your gear, or your clothes or something like that. Okay. Now I'm going to wait till he stops. Buddy. Thank you. Then we have trash bags, which you can use for clothes, which I typically have extra clothes in here, but I don't today because I've been camping recently, so we've got that. So these trash bags you can use for the wet clothes that you have, or dirty clothes, one of the two. Because let's say you're in the winter time and your clothes get wet and you don't have a fire right now, you want to easily change your clothes, because if you're wet in the cold and you're not moving, you can easily get hypothermia and that, or frostbite. Thank you. So that's why you want to have these, and also these can turn into shelters if you have not already known that. You can take this, cut it at the halfway mark right here, and then peel it apart to where it's like flat and open, and that's why you have two, is you tie them together, use those over like a tree or something like that, and build yourself a shelter if it's about to rain or snow. There's also something else that'll come into play. This is the Mick Neck Tactical Camping Towel. I'll have a link to it in the description below. It's really nice. So you can use this for keeping sweat off you, keeping water off you, getting rid of water off you and stuff like that, and drying things up. Or you can use it as a blanket or tarp, one of the two. Okay, buddy. Thank you. This, I've had this for a couple of years now, and if you're out in the wilderness or something like that, like where you are right now, I'm in the woods though, but so what you do is that you take this, you spread it out. You can use it as a blanket because you're probably going to be laying down on sticks. So you take sticks that are substantial size, and you stop it. Thank you. And you then lay this on the ground if you need to. Lay it on top of, if it's the summertime, you lay it on top of the sticks. If it's the wintertime, you put the sticks down, then you throw this on top of you for keeping the snow off you and also keeping you very warm. It's very nice for that. And so we're going to put this back, and I'm going to talk about the rest of my gear. So I also have lots of MOLLE stuff on it. So we've got that. And then yes, so I'm going to organize my stuff by what's essential and what's not so essential. And so you got to make sure all your stuff's nice and neat. And make sure this isn't too heavy, because you would need to carry this, because if you have too much gear in here, you're not going to be able to carry it. I've done that lots of times, and I've learned from my mistakes. So if you're wise, learn from me. Don't make your bag too heavy. Otherwise you cannot move very well. Like the weight that I have it at right now is actually perfect. So, you got all that. And if you guys are still following me, thank you guys for continuing on watching. That really helps. If you guys have subscribed, thank you. And thanks for all the support. And now I'm going to go into the rest of the stuff. So we have a camelback, which I love you too, buddy. Which we have. Nope. Good boy. Which we have a camelback, and that of which holds 2 liters of water. Don't put anything else but water in there. It will clog up the tube and other stuff like that. And actually, if you get this exact same backpack that I have, you're gonna want to take your knife and cut a small hole right here for the tube to come out of. Otherwise, you're gonna have some really hard time trying to drink some water out of this thing, because it does not come with an area for you to put your tube through. So then we're going to move on to the canteen. I have a stainless steel military canteen, and then I have an Army canteen pouch with a stainless steel canteen cup as well. That goes with this. I got all this at the Army Surplus store, so you can go there or to Amazon or online somewhere like that. Okay, now we're gonna move to the back. The back has my knife. I always carry my army knife whenever I go camping, which this comes with a bayonet shield, like the sheath part. I call it shield sometimes. But then I have my regular, this is not my bayonet. I don't know where that one is. It's in a different sheath, I know that. But this one is a survival knife. So you have these things you can use for saw. So the teeth here you can use for a saw. Then you have your regular knife that you can use. Then on the bottom, right here, there's typically a compass that screws on. You can use that. And then you can start by putting matches, fishing line, and other survival stuff that you might need in here to use, so that you have that on you. Then you have this, shows you what signs you can make out of fire and stuff like that, and then also what kind of Morse code you can use if you somehow find that. And then I have carabiners for extra help with connecting stuff, and that's all the stuff in my backpack. So then I'm gonna show you guys what I carry on me. So you always have a phone, your car keys, and then a bandana if you carry that. I like to carry that because that's what other people have taught me. And you can also use it for several things. So first thing you can use it for is you can use it for covering up your face during a dust storm like this. You just, so I'll teach you guys how to make that. Probably most of you guys know how to make a bandana into a bandana that, like, what robbers sometimes use, like in the movies. So this, what you do is that you just fold it. So you fold it corner to corner. Then you take the top, you fold it back. Then you take the back part, put it on your nose, like this. And then you do a square knot on the back. And there you go. You tuck it in your shirt afterwards. And that really helps a lot. And so we're going to continue on that. My phone is going off. I cannot shut it off. Why can't I do that? Thank you. And then you can take it and use that, and then, or you can use it for keeping sweat out of your face. So I'm gonna take off my hat. And if you guys have not already seen my Kentucky slideshow, it'll be up in this corner, right there. And thank you, buddy. I went to Kentucky for a couple days with some friends and stuff like that. You also see the hammock, how not to, stop it, video. Go. But then you can use this by doing such like this. Let's get the sweat. So this is how you do, is that you take it, you fold it from corner to corner again, and then you take it, fold it back like you're going to make a dust mask, and then you take that, but you take that area right there, you stick it on your forehead with the corner towards your chin. You do a square knot on the back, because square knots really hold and it's easy to get rid of. Then you take the corner to corner area, you stick that in the back, and then you throw your hat over the top. It's not even noticeable. And you have a sweat protector. But also there's a very important thing that you can use it for. So you can use it to stop bleeding. It really helps. That's why I carry it on me. Is because somebody taught me that if you roll it up and really make it tight, that, like, let's say I have a big gash on my leg and I need to stop the bleeding because it's just going to get progressively worse. So this what you do is that, let's say that the gash is right here. So you take it, you press it on there, take your right hand or your left hand, whichever one, and you just push down on it, right, to get the pressure on it. And if somebody's there, have them do that, or if you're doing it on somebody else. Also, you can use this as a tourniquet. Yes, you can use it as a tourniquet. So, and most of the stuff I might not be correct on, so correct me if I do mess up. But let's say the gas is right here, and I need to stop the bleeding because I can't get it stopped with the first way that we tried. This is like your last resort to make a tourniquet. So you take the bandana, you put it above the wound, not under it, because that doesn't help at all. But then you take both corners, and then you do a square knot, right over left, left over right, and then you tie it really tight, and then I'm not going to tighten it very tightly because I'm not bleeding, of course. But then you take a stick that you find, put it in between the circle after tying it once again, because you make 2 square knots to secure the stick, and then you just start tightening. Oops. And you continue tightening, and then once you get done, you take the stick and you somehow shove it under the bandana and keep it there, because you can't hold it like this forever. Never really works out that way. So let's toss out that stick because I don't need that anymore. But that's also why you have pen and stuff like that, because if you have to write down what time you put on the tourniquet and stuff like that, because if you don't, you take off every 15 minutes. So every 15 minutes you loosen it for a little bit, let it just bleed a little bit, because you don't want to completely numb your leg or lose that limb because there's no blood flow into it. But you want to do that, let it bleed for a little bit, and then tighten it back up, and then write the date again. Because if you have to leave to go get help because you're that far out and you know the way back and you can't carry this person, you're gonna want to do that. Or if you can't leave the notepad with them, you need to take a pen out, right on their forehead, like in this general area right here. Right, what time you put on the tourniquet, in your name and the person's name as well, because that'll help if somebody else comes along, finds the other person unconscious or whatnot. They can help out if they know the proper training for it. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are still following us, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and also share, because that helps a lot. I'm trying to make a big thing out of this, so thank you for all your support. And if we hit 100 subscribers here soon, I will figure out a time to go to an airsoft field or to go somewhere and show you guys some really neat footage. So I really need that help. And if you guys want a shout out, just comment down below once again, and I will do a shout out in my next video. And I'm Operator with the Wolf. I'll see you guys on the battlegrounds, and also the wilderness if needs be.